Do you support charter revision and the extension of the terms of office for the mayor and the members of the common council from 2 to 4 years? If so, and if you were elected mayor, what do you plan to do to affect the revisions of the charter?
We've discussed that, and I believe that a two-year term for a mayor of the city the size of Norwalk is not adequate. However, you have to be very careful when you open up the charter, because you open up the charter to virtually anything that the Charter Revision Commission wishes to do. I do think that there should be a 4-year term. I do think that the council should serve for 4 years. I think perhaps staggered terms for the council so that you don't risk losing the entire council all at once. But as I'm sure Richard will say, that you get in office, you run for a year, and the next thing you're campaigning. And then you run for a year, you're in office for a year, and then you're campaigning. And it can be very difficult to accomplish anything in 2 years. So I would look at the possibility of forming a charter revision commission within 6 months of taking office, determining what kinds of things we'd like to look at. But again, you have to be very careful when you open up the charter.
Mr. Moccia?
Obviously, right now, I wish it was a 4-year term, there's no doubt about that. But I do, Harry and I talked about this morning, and I think we both agree. You need to look. I've met mayors across the country, the conference of mayors, various committees I'm on, and most of them are 4 years, most of the cities in Connecticut are. And again, it's charter revision. But if you form a very good charter revision with responsible representation, remember, it will be you, the voters of Norwalk, if that item is placed on the charter revision, on the ballot, will decide whether you want councilmen for 4 years, mayors 4 years. It's your choice. I advocated 4-year terms prior to me being on as mayor. I believe in it. I think it's the right thing to do. And I don't say this for any purpose, but I know that former Mayor Knopp considers that we should stay with 2-year terms the last time I talked to him. But again, that's the difference of opinion. But ultimately, yeah, good charter revision commission. It's put together with a specific defined role, without, as Harry said, getting into other areas that the voters ultimately will have the opportunity to make that decision. But I do think 4-year terms are a problem.
Any rebuttal, Mr. Rilling?
Yeah, I agree, 4-year terms, but I think we ought to think about term limits as well. And so, 2-year term limit of a 4-year mayor meaning 8 years, I think 8 years is enough.
Mr. Moccia?
Well, I could come back with a wise answer, but I won't, other than to say, obviously, I don't think 8 years is enough, and obviously, I upset the microphone with that, too. But anyway.
The final question from the League and the co-sponsors is as follows.